Hello students, welcome back to e-learning video tutorial. In this video, we will be studying economics on chapter 4, Law of Demand and Shift of Demand Curve. So let us first study what is demand. Demand means the quantities of the good that a consumer is willing to buy at a particular price in a given period of time. So demand means a consumer willing to buy any good at a particular price in a given period of time. Suppose I go to a shop to purchase 1 kg of sugar, and the price of 1 kg of sugar is rupees 40. So I'm willing to pay rupees 40 to get 1 kg of sugar. So willingness and ability of consumers to purchase a given quantity of a good at a particular price in a given period of time is known as demand. Next topic, factors determining individual demand for a commodity. Students, we as a consumer demand goods and services from the sellers. But there are several factors that affect individual demand for a commodity. So in this topic, we are going to study what are those factors. So the first point, on price of the commodity. Price is always a basic consideration in determining the demand for a commodity. A change in price affects the demand for a commodity. Normally, a larger quantity is demanded at a lower price. When the price of any good increases, generally the demand for that goods and services will decrease. So higher price will result in less demand. So students, always remember, when there is a rise in price, demand will decrease. And when there is a fall in price, demand will increase. Thus, there is an indirect relation between price of a commodity and its demand. Second point, prices of related goods. The demand for a good is also affected by the prices of other goods which are related as substitute goods and complementary goods. So let us see what are substitute goods. Substitute goods are a pair of goods which can be used or substituted in place of each other to satisfy a given one. So any pair of goods which can be used or substituted are known as substitute goods. So here I've taken an example, tea and coffee. If I want to have a cup of tea, I can either use tea or coffee. So tea and coffee are very close substitute. So if the price of coffee becomes cheaper, consumer will substitute coffee for tea, and as a result, the demand for tea declines. Likewise, if the price of coffee increases, consumer will substitute tea, and as a result, the demand for tea increases. Now let us see complementary goods. Complementary goods are a pair of goods which can be used jointly to satisfy a given one. So any pair of goods which can be used together or used jointly are known as complementary goods. So here I've taken an example, car and petrol. To run a car, petrol is required. So if the price of petrol rises, demand for cars will decrease. Likewise, if the price of petrol decreases, demand for cars will increase. So this is how the price of related goods affect individual demand for a commodity. Next point, income of the consumer. The demand for goods also depends upon incomes of the people. The greater the incomes of the people, the greater will be their demand for goods. Therefore, when incomes of the people increases, they can afford to buy more. To check the effect of change in demand, goods are divided into two categories, normal goods and inferior goods. So let us see what are normal goods. Normal goods are goods whose demand increases with an increase in consumers' income. So in normal goods, demand increases with an increase in consumers' income. So I will give you an example. I purchase 1 liter of milk daily. When my monthly income increases, my demand for milk rises to 2 liters daily. That means with an increase in income, demand also increases. Now let us see inferior goods. Inferior goods are goods whose demand decreases when consumer income increases. So in inferior goods, even though consumers' income increases, demand decreases. So let us study with an example. A person consumes low quality rice. When his monthly income increases, he starts to consume high quality rice. So automatically his demand for low quality rice decreases. Okay, so it is because of this reason that increase in income has a positive effect on the demand for a good. Okay, let us study the last point, taste and preferences of the consumer. Taste and preferences of the consumer plays an important factor in determining demand for a good. People's taste and preferences for various goods often change, and as a result, there is change in demand. If people have a high taste for a good, then the quantity demand for that product will increase. On the contrary, if people do not have a taste for a good, then demand for that product will decrease howsoever cheap the product is. The changes in demand for various goods also occur due to change in fashion, change in season, and also due to pressure of advertisement by the manufacturer and sellers of different products. So students, these are the 4 factors that affect individual demand for a commodity. Okay, we have the next topic, market demand. Market demand is the sum total of demand by all the buyers of a commodity at a given price during a given period. So market demand means all the individual buyers in the market willing to buy at different prices in a given period of time. Next topic, determinants influencing market demand. So in this topic we are going to study what are the factors or reasons that affect market demand. So we have the first point, number of consumers in the market. So here number of consumers in the market means the size of the market. So size of the market plays a very important role in influencing market demand. So if there are more buyers in the market, market demand will increase. Okay, if there are less buyers in the market, then market demand will decrease. Next topic, distribution of income. If distribution of income in a country is even, market demand for commodities will be at a higher level. But if the distribution of income is uneven, the market demand for the commodities will remain at a lower rate. Next topic, age, sex composition of households. In an economy, if the population of children is more, there will be a great demand for children needs such as toys, baby soaps, oils, etc. And if in an economy there are larger population of adults, there will be a great demand for adult needs. So students, this is a demand curve. Price is shown on the y-axis and quantity demanded is shown on the x-axis. So at price 8, quantity demanded is 6, and if price is increased to 16, quantity demanded is decreased to 5. Again, further, if price is increased to 24, quantity demanded is decreased to 4. And when price is increased further to 32, quantity demanded is decreased to 3. And when price is at 40, quantity demanded decreases to 2. So if we join the line, we get a demand curve dt. And students, always remember, a demand curve generally slopes downward, okay, from left to right. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.